I have to admit, when I was told that we were doing the Christmas tree lighting this year, I got really excited.
You see, when I was a kid, Mom and Dad would take us to downtown Seattle, and we'd watch the Christmas tree lighting every year from my dad's office window. Years later, when I moved to Alaska, people from literally hundreds of miles around would brave the icy travel and bitter cold just to take part in one of the few remaining community holiday traditions. So you could say these things have a special place in my heart. But you know, I don't really know how Christmas tree lighting got started.
Challenge accepted.
While the custom of decorating Christmas trees has its origins in Germany, it wasn't until the late 19th century that it caught on in the United States. German immigrants brought the tradition with them, and by the mid-1800s, Christmas trees were becoming a common sight in American homes during the holiday season. Now, the use of candles to illuminate Christmas trees was common in Europe, and initially this tradition was also adopted by the early Americans. But you can imagine what happens when you put a dry tree next to an open flame, and Americans quickly began looking for better alternatives. The pivotal moment in the history of Christmas tree lighting came with the invention of electric lights. In 1882, Thomas Edison's assistant, Edward H. Johnson, hung the first known electrically illuminated Christmas tree in his New York City home. The tree was adorned with 80 small electric bulbs, which he hand-wired and wrapped around the tree.
But the tradition of Christmas tree lighting didn't exactly take off like wildfire.
While Johnson's display was a novelty at the time, it took a few decades for electric Christmas lights to become smaller, safer, and more affordable, so that families like the Griswolds could lighten up our nights.
But the concept of public Christmas tree lightings, like the ones that we're doing here tonight, well, they didn't really take off until the early 20th century.
The first real notable event took place in 1912, when a Christmas tree was illuminated in Madison Square Park in New York City, marking the beginning of a tradition that continues to this day with the annual lighting of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. In 1923, President Calvin Coolidge presided over the first national Christmas tree lighting ceremony in Washington, D.C. Since then, this event has become an annual tradition, symbolizing the start of the holiday season in the nation's capital.
And so it is on this fine day in 2023 that the people of Central Oregon and my family here at Central Oregon Daily News throw the switch on the Christmas tree and hope to God one of the bulbs hasn't shorted out.
For Central Oregon Daily News, I'm Scott Elmes.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos from Central Oregon Daily News. And for more news from the high desert, just visit centraloregondaily.com.